Thank you for visiting our channel. My name is Eva Romero and I'm a trainer with Quick Learning School. The purpose of this video is for you to find out how do you get your California insurance license. And so before we start, I just want to highlight that as I talk about and I share with you how to get your license in the state of California, start thinking about what's your learning style. How much time do you have available and what kind of license do you want to get or you're seeking? The California state requirement does have a 52-hour pre-licensing requirement or a 32-hour licensing requirement, depending on which license you're seeking. So what I have listed here is you've got to complete the California pre-licensing requirement 52 hours for first-time licensees. So let me share with you what that means. If you are a first-time licensee in California, you are required to take 12 hours of code and ethics and then the product knowledge. And the product knowledge can be 40 hours of training or 20 hours of training, and it depends on what license you're seeking. Now, as a general rule of thumb at Quick Learning School, we invite you and we highly recommend that you get your property and casualty broker agent. The property and casualty broker agent can be broken up into personal lines, and then you can take the commercial lines later. However, if you're going to pursue your license and be in that mind space or that headspace of the education and preparing for the test and taking the test, then we recommend you might as well do it all in one shot, because the only thing that's different is the cost is the same as far as the licensing is concerned, the license exam and the licensing fee. And so the only thing that's going to be different is the education and the preparation, but you might as well do it all, right? And the same thing is true for life, accident and health, or sickness. I know that it reads life, accident and health. However, there is an or sickness that was added a couple of years ago just to further define the accident and health. And so that can also be broken down into life only or accident and health or sickness only. Once again, we recommend that you get both, especially if you are in the employee benefits world, or if you're working with health insurance clients in the area of health insurance. It's just a good idea to have that life insurance aspect behind it as well. It's an opportunity for you to be able to sell life insurance products and annuity products during or actually outside of open enrollment, right? So during open enrollment, that's seasonal, and then maintaining your clients and servicing the clients. And then during that time when we don't have open enrollment, you can sell the life or cross-sell the life and accident and health products. So again, you can do 20 hours of life only, 20 hours of accident and health or sickness only. Regardless of what license you pursue, the first time you get your license, you've got to take that 12 hours of code and ethics. If you have an existing license and you're coming back to seek the other part of the license or another license, you do not have to complete the 12 hours of code and ethics. However, it is on your licensing exam. So the cool thing about our program is that our study material includes code and ethics. So regardless of what license you're pursuing, our exam prep will always include code and ethics. So this piece of it, the pre-licensing piece, I'm going to speak a little bit more to that in a moment. I want to continue with the other in California insurance licensing requirements that need to be completed or done. So first you do the pre-licensing. The next step is you want to take your exam. You want to schedule your licensing exam. You can take that exam at a PSI location on site at a testing center, or you can do remote testing. What that means is you can actually schedule online to take your exam in the convenience of your own home, your office, but there's some requirements. So there's a separate video that goes over scheduling your exam and also talks about the difference between PSI location and what to consider if you're going to do remote testing. Schedule your exam to secure a spot. So part of your homework with us is that we highly, highly recommend that before you finish the pre-licensing, as a matter of fact, even like when you first start the pre-licensing, to schedule your exam. It gives you a different mindset. You show up differently in the classroom, and you also approach the course material differently too, because in the back of your mind you know that you have an exam coming. So if you have an exam date coming, you're going to show up differently with the course material. It's not a matter of like, I'll study later. Like later is always later, right? So you want to make sure that you study now and you take advantage of the attention that you're putting in while you're doing the pre-licensing program. So schedule your exam, and then you want to prepare for the licensing exam. We have a couple of different options for you if you utilize us for exam preparation. We offer a playbook, which is study material. We send you a book, and there's also online live virtual classroom instruction through a 2-week study hall or through a one-day exam prep. So you get to choose. The other thing that's required for the California license is your live scan fingerprinting. So you've got to get live scan. If you've been fingerprinted somewhere else, this is a commonly asked question. If you've been fingerprinted anyplace else, like for volunteering or for a real estate license or notary license, it doesn't matter. They don't share the fingerprints. You've got to get fingerprinted specifically for the state of California. So you can go to the Department of Insurance website and there just search for live scan fingerprinting and the form is there for you. As a matter of fact, I'll add the link for the live scan form below in the description. And then finally, once you pass your exam, you're going to apply for your California insurance license. That is a separate video. You can apply for your California insurance license once you've passed the exam, and that is at www.circon.com. And so we have a separate video for you to give you instructions on how to schedule your exam through Circon. So just a little bit more about our pre-licensing program. We focus on you. Our goal and our objective is that you pass your exam the first time. So we give you 3 options to meet the pre-licensing requirement and to prepare for the state licensing exam. So you want to consider which learning approach works best for you. What will help you pass a licensing exam the first time? Everybody has different learning styles. And so you really want to tune into what it is for you. And if you don't know what that is, then you can give us a call and we'd be happy to guide you through the process and explain the different types of programs that we have. And then you can figure out which one's best for you. And the most important one I think that is you need to ask yourself is how do you best maintain your attention and focus? We are so inundated with things that are taking away our attention, right? Our phone, if you have children, if you have pets, your spouse, work, everything is bidding for our attention, even our own thoughts, right? Our mind has a tendency to wander. And if you want to finish this program quickly and you want to get through the pre-licensing and the exam prep, and get licensed right away, I highly recommend the classroom approach. Classroom, it is a traditional classroom learning in person. You get the benefits of the student-teacher interaction and the student-student interaction. There's something magical that happens in the learning process when you're in a classroom with other students. There's this shared experience that actually elevates the learning. And, I know that we've been, in pandemic mode and we've been in this kind of solitude mode and you do things better when you're on your own. You'll be surprised though, again, when you have that shared experience, it really taps into the learning at a deeper level and it helps you with retention and helps you with the exam prep. So classroom training, you do the classroom in person, and you have exam prep and pre-licensing requirement all within 1 week, right? All within a week. Our program runs 6 days or 7 days, and then the 1-day exam prep. So that's one option. Remember, you have a choice in your learning process and choosing how you go through this. The next one is a combination of both classroom and online. So we call this our blended learning program. We put this together during the pandemic and it's been quite successful. There's 2 aspects to it. There's the online pre-licensing self-directed portion. So you do that on your own time, you do that on your own schedule, you log in, you read the course material, you watch the videos, you complete a series of quizzes after each chapter, you have your final exam at the end, and you go through the course material, and then you show up to our live virtual study hall that runs for 2 weeks, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for both the life and health or sickness and the property and casualty. Again, 2 weeks, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you complete with a cram course. Now, the property and casualty is a more difficult exam. According to the state data, pretty average first time passing across the state between 40 to 50%. So it's a little bit more challenging. So the structure for that blended learning program is a little bit different. They actually start with a cram course at the beginning and then a cram course at the end and then study hall in the middle. Unlike the life with accident and health or sickness, that study hall is for 2 weeks with then 1 cram course at the end to wrap it up, or sometimes in the middle of the course because we overlap with other programs. And that one gives you the benefit of having structure and still having a little bit of independence of doing things on your own. So if you want that classroom experience of teacher-student interaction and the ability to be able to ask questions in real time and resolve those questions, blended learning is a great option for you. And then finally, and just to highlight, blended learning gives you both. You get the pre-licensing and in study hall and exam prep, we're also preparing you for the exam. So you're getting a 2-for-1 along with the classroom, the 2-for-1 exam prep and pre-licensing requirement. The online training though is self-directed and complete independent self-study. Something that really I'm so curious about is students choose online and yet they spend a ton of time on the phone with us, asking for directions, asking for what they need to do, what needs to be done next. The online training is self-directed and independent self-study. So what that means is that you complete the online pre-licensing and you want to do something in addition to the pre-licensing to help prepare you for the exam. The pre-licensing, well intended, however, it is not designed to prepare you for the state exam. It gives you that foundation. It gives you the knowledge and the language. That's the purpose of the pre-licensing. And in addition to that, you've got to practice questions and answers. You've got to practice how do you take that knowledge and put it into questions and answers the question in the way that needs to be answered to pass the state licensing exam. A lot of times people come with experience, they come with their own perception, and we're looking, or what they're looking for when you take the licensing exam is what they want, the answer that's right. They want the best answer. So sometimes you could have two right answers, but they're looking for the best answer. And so taking an exam prep, reading exam prep material can be really helpful for that. And I want to emphasize it is two parts. You go through the online pre-licensing, you finish that piece, and most courses require you to read course material on your own on the screen. I like in person. I like to feel and like the tactile learning where you're in a book and you're reading. And yes, I still carry books with me and read books. And online learning would not be my first choice, but if I had to, obviously I would do that. And for some people, it's not really an option because of work, because of responsibilities. However, get the best of both worlds and consider the blended learning program where you can do the self-directed independent piece on your own, and then you can join us for the exam prep. So this is a little bit more information on our blended learning, on our programs, on your choices that you have, classroom, blended learning, or online. The time frame for classroom is a little bit over a week. And you've got to look at our calendar, and it's based on our schedule. Classes are oftentimes Monday through Saturday or Monday through Sunday with the 1-day cram course. Classes they're full-time classes for 1 week from 8 to 5 or 8:30 to 5:30. At our Concord location, we don't teach the code and ethics, so that portion is done online. However, the bulk of the 52 hours, the 40 hours, is done in classroom. The blended learning, though, is 2 weeks. You can complete the program in 2 weeks and schedule it. A lot of times, both the online and the blended learning, students will start the online training and they don't finish it. The blended learning is a great way to put like a container or a structure in place so that you put the 2 weeks and really dedicate like these 2 weeks I'm in study hall, and you're going to put all of your attention to completing the online pre-license and preparing for the test, and then take your exam right away. And then the online, again, it's self-directed, it's on your own, and you have up to 60 days to complete it. If you don't complete the online program within 60 days, you can get another extension for 30 days. You get one extension. If you don't finish it within that extension, which is a total of 90 days, then you've got to re-enroll in the program and start all over again. So again, these are your options. Focus on you. You're the learner. You've got to figure out which one is best for you, and we'd be happy to help you figure that out. You can give us a call, you can shoot us an email, and if you enjoyed the video, if you want more videos like this, please like our video below and subscribe to our channel. If you're interested in a career in the insurance financial services industry, please reach out. If you have no idea, like I might want a career change, I might want to get into the insurance industry, there's so many opportunities out there. You've got property and casualty, you can work for an agency, you can start your own agency, you can get involved in the employee benefits world, you can get involved in Medicare, advising people on Medicare, you can work with large groups and small groups, you can go, there's so many. I can go on and on. Anyways, thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to seeing you in the classroom. Thank you.